Okay, I've got two videos here that we're gonna I'm gonna do, and it's basically going over room relations, and it's the same information that's covered in the textbook. So I'm not gonna read all of the slides. I'm just gonna elaborate on some of the high points that I think that you should have an understanding of. So we're gonna start with part one. Now, when when designing a floor plan, there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. And if you were to sit down and meet with a home designer, they've got a huge checklist that they're going to go through to answer, questions that they're going to ask. Because if you think about the needs of a family or a homeowner, you've got quite a variety of people. You got young couples or singles. Um, you know, the tiny house movement is kind of the craze right now, and there's no space for hardly anything other than a place to keep your clothes and sleep and warm up a meal. Whereas you've got larger homes for growing families, and then you've got uh, homes that are designed specifically for older people, like over 55, retirement or semi-retirement type places. So there's a lot of things that go into figuring out what kind of a floor plan that you want. Uh, the first, a home is divided into three areas. Um, the first one is the living area. Well, each of these areas comprise typically about 1/3 of the space of a home, of the floor plan. And the living area is just that. It's areas that you do your living in. Yeah, okay. Now you're going to see this word a lot, Nook, in the textbook. And basically what that is, that's like a small, like a breakfast nook or a dining, an eating area when you have a formal dining room. Okay. So, Nook is just a small area set aside. Uh, the entryway is the focal point of the house from the street view. Some plans allow for weather protection, some styles do not. Okay, but it should be scaled and in proportion to the rest of the house and appealing, of course. The service entry is where most family members would enter the house. A garage door, a side door, back door, something like that. The foyer is where you first come in the main entryway, uh, and there's some things with it. It should be proportional to the rest of the house as far as size goes. One thing not mentioned here, or it may be in the textbook, I don't know, but the flooring in the foyer should be a weather-resistant type flooring. So that could be tile or vinyl or something, because if you come in with wet shoes, you don't want to step right into the carpet. Okay, so some type of weather protection there. The living room, typically when the book talks about a living room, it's kind of a formal living room. Um, Not all uh, floor plans will have both a living room and a family room. A lot will have just a great room in which like the living room kind of flows into the kitchen or the dining area. The family room, which a lot of times is called a great room. Okay, and that's typically where people hang out. Okay, in the house. All right. Um, the dining room, when the book talks about a dining room, it's a formal dining room, usually separate from the kitchen. Not all floor plans will have a formal dining room, but some will. And if size is dependent upon the number of people you anticipate seating at the table. Okay, so the book goes into that a little bit more. So it's all based on table size or number of seats, and then you want to maintain space around that table for people to walk in any additional furniture like a buffet or a china cabinet, something like that. Uh, the nook is it's a breakfast nook or a small dining area when you don't want to use the formal dining room. The second area is the sleeping area, and it's just that it's the area in which we sleep in. Okay, a house should have a minimum of two bedrooms. Okay, the number of bedrooms, of course, depends on anticipated size of the family or the homeowner. Okay, most houses are three-bedroom houses. Okay, that's just kind of the norm. Some will be more, some will be less, but most are A3. And you want to try and plan so that plumbing pipes are not in bedroom walls, okay, because they make noise when the water flows through them. Um, we're going to see in the book and in some of the slides mention FHA. That's the Federal Housing Authority, and they are an underwriter or a guarantor of a lot of home mortgages. Um, and they have a set of inspection standards that the house must meet. That's often different from building codes. Okay, the building code may say bedrooms must be 70 square feet, but the FHA says 100 square feet. Because who wants to live in a bedroom that is 7 foot by 10 foot? It's a pretty small room. Okay. In planning a bedroom, if it's a child's bedroom, it's okay to push the bed into the corner. Okay. But an adult bedroom, you would not put a bed pushed into the corner because typically in an adult bedroom, there's two people sleeping in the bed, and it's nice to have access from either side. Um, closets, building codes do not require closets. The FHA requires closets. Okay. And a guideline, this is just a guideline, but for a male, it should be at least 48 inches of closet rod, and a female, a minimum of 72 inches of closet rod. Okay. Uh, the service area are those other things, the areas that are left over. Okay. You got, kitchen, bath, utility, and garage. If you can group these into a central location, it helps minimize plumbing. So that's you're not always going to be able to do it, but you try. Okay. Okay, we got different types of bathrooms. A half bath is often called a powder room, okay, or whatever. It's a lavatory. A lavatory is a hand basin, okay, a sink, and then a toilet. Often you'll hear toilet referred to as a water closet, okay. Um, okay, yeah, you can read that. Um, some floor plans had bathrooms called a Jack and Jill bathroom, in which there was one bathroom between two bedrooms, and a door from each bedroom led into the bathroom. Um, it was kind of popular for a while, and it can be good, but oftentimes it's more trouble than it's worth. Okay, because you have people coming in that they forgot to lock the door, so somebody walks in on them while they're from the other door. If you have a two-story house, you should have two full baths on each, one on each floor if possible. And if you can place them close together, back to back, it reduces your plumbing cost.